The topic of my dissertation, that is, police cooperation between Italy and Colombia, is the result of a 9-month internship as an interpreter carried out within the International Relations Service of the Department of Public Security of the Ministry of the Interior. Writing this dissertation gave me the opportunity to delve into all those aspects related to the transformation of the Colombian National Police, a project in which the Ministry of the Interior actively participated through the organization of 9 meetings in which I had the honor of taking part as an interpreter. Therefore, I tried, thanks to the material provided by the ministry's language officers, to outline a picture of the situation in Latin America, and more specifically in Colombia, which led the Colombian National Police to undertake this process of transformation. Also, considering the role of the interpreter and the preparation necessary to participate in the video conferences, in which specific topics such as drug trafficking and transnational organized crime were covered, that require a specific preparation both at the terminological and conceptual level. Considering that the crime rate in Latin America is among the highest in the world, the main threats in Latin America are directly related to organized crime, drug production, trafficking and consumption, transnational cartels and gangs, human trafficking and arms trafficking, money laundering, and cybercrime. And that is the reason why the European Union is implementing many international police cooperation programs to be able to give support to Latin American countries. Among these programs, we can mention El Pacto, an EU-funded international cooperation program that aims to contribute to security and justice in Latin America by supporting the fight against transnational organized crime. Eurofront, which aims to contribute to the security and protection of human rights and economic and social development through a more effective border management. Coppola 3, which aims to help improve the design and implementation of drug demand and supply reduction policies in Latin America and the Caribbean countries. Italy is fully involved in the aforementioned cooperation programs, both through the Italian Latin American International Organization, ILA, and through the Ministry of the Interior, which plays a key role in security matters. In fact, the Ministry of the Interior, and in particular the International Relations Service of the Office for Cooperation and Planning of Police Forces, is signing numerous agreements between Italy and Latin American countries, in particular with Colombia in the area of the fight against transnational organized crime, such as Drangheta, the most active internationally, and drug trafficking. These are two critical issues in a country like Colombia that still remains the world's top producer of cocaine. The strategic bilateral cooperation between Italy and Colombia was implemented in September of 2021, when Colombia requested Italy's help to complete transformation of the Colombian National Police, a security system reform promoted by the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights in the wake of the deaths caused by excessive use of force by the Colombian National Police and the corruption and violence that hinder the country's economic and social development. With this goal in mind, the International Relations Service organized 9 training activities via conference on fight against illicit drug trafficking, fight against transnational organized crime, prevention and fight against terrorism activities, and the prevention and fight against corruption in public administration. And it is precisely on these themes that the simultaneous interpretation service from Italian into Spanish and vice versa was carried out during the video conferences. In order to carry out the interpreting service, it was necessary firstly to acquire the knowledge with reference to the previously mentioned themes, and secondly to assimilate the specific terms related to police activity and the organization of the Italian and Colombian police, with the aim of ensuring a correct interpretation of the terminology. In particular, I have developed a technical glossary that summarizes all the personal research and study on the mentioned topics, thanks to the support of the linguistic officers of the Ministry of the Interior. The objective of this dissertation is to understand the importance of cross-sectoral knowledge, like the history and the geopolitical and legislative context of the countries subject to this analysis, in order to understand their motivations for working together to improve their policies on security and public order, so that an interpreting or translation service can be carried out in such a complex context as the international police cooperation one, where merely linguistic competencies are not sufficient to carry out an adequate translation. Thank you for your attention.